Alright guys, as promised, continuing our coverage of the One UI 7 update. Today we got the S23, the base model here. We did the S23 Ultra, which was a pretty good update. But this base model phone has been really good. I really enjoyed it. This is one of my favorite phones to recommend to people this year. You can find this phone in excellent condition like the one I have here for $300 in the used refurbished marketplace. This update has just made this phone a lot more smoother and a lot more fluid. So that's one of the things that I've noticed. And yeah, I'm just loving everything about this One UI 7 update. So let's go ahead and just dive in and take a look at the S23 again here. So the S23 is a smaller phone, and the reason why I love this phone so much is because one, it's very comfortable, and two, there's not really a compromise on battery life. So this was a pretty big upgrade when we go from like the S21, 22. Those phones kind of suffered a little bit in battery life, but this phone does a very good job overall with everything. And hardware wise, you guys can see matte finish. It's got the no cutout on the camera like the S22 and 21. So it looks exactly like a newer, Galaxy phone, like an S25 pretty much. And yeah, it feels really comfortable to hold. You don't have those kind of sharp sides. So yeah, people who have smaller hands, you want a phone that you can one hand, this is an excellent phone. Of course, IP68 dust and water resistant. Now with this One UI 7 update, we are getting exactly the same things that we have on the S23 Ultra. So our new Gemini is here, and then we also do have our rest of our features, our AI features is on here as well. So you get all of these. And yeah, so I really like the animations here. Everything feels very smooth and fluid on the S23. So let me know what you guys think. Our new drop down menu or control center that we can customize is here as well. So that's really nice. And then we also of course have our new widgets on here, which has been really great. Really like the new widget setup. You can resize them. And probably one of my favorite features is the enlarged folders. So I think that was a really clever thing. You can access the apps from here as well. So just a really cool little feature to have here. You have the now bar on here as well, which is a nice little visual feature to have. So if you have, let's say, your sports right here or maps, you can just flick through it, music, and it's just a cool little addition. The battery protection, guys, I would definitely turn this on, and you can set it to 80% for maximum battery protection. So this update in general has been very smooth with animations, and yeah, overall I'm really impressed with how well this update is running on the S23 here. So the screen on the S23 is really nice as well. There's no real compromise here. It's a 6.1 inch dynamic AMOLED display. It is a 1080p panel, 120 Hz HDR10 plus, and then we also have 1750 nits peak brightness, and it's 425 for the PPI. And I really like the display. It's very colorful. It's not quite as colorful as the older Samsung panels, but you can turn the vividness slider up and to kind of get it similar. But yeah, this is a great phone, great screen to body ratio on here. It does pretty good in direct sunlight as well, so I never have an issue with that. And yeah, so I have no problems with the display on here. And like I said, this is great for people who, don't like big phones. You want a smaller phone that you can one hand and manage really well. This is definitely the way to go. And pretty much speaking of one hand things here, when you come to the cameras, the new camera controls are here as well, and you can access them instead of them being all the way up here. So it just makes one-handed use on the S23 just really good. Now this phone I did take to CES with me to Vegas, and I used it for an entire day. The actual image quality of the S23 is actually very good. I took this phone to Las Vegas CES. It did a fantastic job. We have a 50 megapixel standard camera. We also have a 12 megapixel ultra wide with a 10 megapixel telephoto, 3x optical, goes up to 30 times zoom. We also can shoot in 8K 24 and 30, and we also have a 12 megapixel selfie that shoots in 4K 60. As you guys can see, the image quality is great. The low light photography is also still pretty good. You know, it's not as good as, you know, probably some of the newer phones, but I think this phone's camera has aged really well. You guys can see dynamic range, the colors. Sometimes colors can be a little bit over exaggerated, or they can be just way too colorful to the point where it doesn't really look lifelike, or it's not real to life. But besides that, I mean, you guys can see from the shots yourself, I think these are really great cameras that you can, you know, snap photos, post on social media, and they look really good. So I'm really happy with the S23's cameras. As far as the specs, we do have the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2, and we also will get 4 years of MateOS updates, so I believe that puts us at Android 17. And then we also do have 128 gigs of internal storage and 8 gigs of RAM. The S23's processor is easily one of the best things about this phone. For its size, it does a great job with performance. We're still able to play PUBG at 120 frames, and no real overheating problems with this phone. It doesn't take a really aggressive hit to the battery life. It's just, you know, very good performance here. So that is something that I really like about the S23 here. And if you guys have not seen the benchmarks here, I'll show you guys. But yeah, so if you are looking for kind of like a budget gaming device, instead of going the mid-range, you know, option, you can get the S23 and get some really good gaming performance here. And here is our Geekbench scores as well. So yeah, overall everything is fast about this phone. So gaming performance, animations, the speed, everything is really well done here. I think the speakers are also really great. We're at max volume. The speakers sound pretty good on the S23. There's a good amount of bass. The overall sound quality is nice, very crispy, very clear. So no issues. You cover that bottom speaker. The top speaker does a pretty good job as well. We also have our ultrasonic fingerprint sensor on here. It works extremely well. And yeah, I don't really have any issues, guys, with this phone. That's why I said it's my favorite phone to recommend to people. Now, this phone has a 3900 milliamp hour battery here. And you also do have 25 watt charging, wireless and reverse wireless charging. So you have 15 watts for the wireless, and reverse is 4.5. And yeah, the battery life is pretty solid on the S23, especially for the size of this device. Standby time is great, so you should be able to get through the day with this phone. Let me know in the comments, guys, what you think about the S23 battery life. Are you guys able to get through the day with yours? And yeah, so I have no real issues with this phone. I think it's a fantastic buy. Like I said, you got a few more updates left, so yeah, it's a definitely a great phone to consider. So let me know what you guys think, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.